Hi everyone, welcome to Perfume Lifestyle. My name is Jamaka. You are so welcome. This has been like a long awaited video of mine because it's a push. I audited this a lot, and I hope you would, stay tuned to the end to see most of my collections on empty perfumes that I've been able to use over the past 5 months to be precise. So I do not have any order of peak, but I would be able to. In fact, I should have a part two of this video because I have a lot of empties that I would love to talk about, and I hope I don't derail a lot, but stay tuned and enjoy yourself. Please don't mind the background noise. It's trying to push out some bottles so I don't trip or fall or them to fall and break. So from my right, I would like to talk on hibiscus Zara. Yeah, let me focus. Focus. Yes, hibiscus by Zara. This, oof, nothing is coming out again, but I can still smell, perceive, inhale. Man, English is just not my meat, so bear with me. I wanted to. Aha, there's something coming out. Wow, thank God. This is such a beautiful scent. This is flowy. This has a woody note to it. Sorry, I will not be talking about any top note, middle note, or base note. I'll be talking based on my experience with this perfume because I feel, as perfume lovers, we most of us do blind buy, or most of us do a lot of in-depth research before making a purchase on perfumes. But the one thing that will always stand out is perfume lovers' opinion on how the perfume smells on them or how the perfume projects on them. No matter how much we do our research, there will always be positive, negative reviews on perfumes, and as such, I believe that in as much as I say, oh, this is my opinion on how this perfume feels on me, it might be different on someone else. So with that, I want to like stick my opinion or my perspective on, oh, this is how it smells on me. So I would want us to enjoy this video as much as possible. So I would say, to my nose, this is a beautiful scent. In fact, for someone who is starting newly in a perfume collection and you just don't want to do too much in your first 1 year or in your first 5 years, of which I do tell my friends, my colleague, everyone around me, in as much as you want to get affordable perfumes, try as much as possible to get, designer perfumes or niche perfumes, so that in your collections there are varieties of perfumes you want to have as signature to yourself. So sorry for derailing. So I'm going back to this. This is This is unique. If someone sprays this and passes me, I will not see it as a dupe, neither will I see it as an affordable perfume. I will see it as a niche perfume. If no one tells me this is what this hibiscus is about, this hibiscus Sarah, I would, in the air, I'll be like, wow, this is such a unique perfume. And the smell is so unique that it overwhelms, or rather, not overwhelms, it fills up a room in a good way. So if you are still, sleeping on this perfume, I think you should give it a try. I think you should, say, oh, I want to have this in my collection. And I found out that the longer it uh macerates, like within the first 3 months of having this, it develops very well, very very well. So please get your hands on this, and I want to know how many of my viewers have, perceived this, and what is your take on this. Next on my empties empties collection would be leather so rare. Now, from the bottle, this is from the house of Fragrance World. I think it's the Recollective collection, and I would say they did a phenomenal job, in the sense of, I have gotten this 3 times. This is my third. I have a full backup. I'm just saying this is my third bottle. I don't know what it is, what the concussion is, what they put in this, but this is a leather done so right that you can wear it during the day and you can also wear it at night. So the daytime, nighttime, and it develops so well. It keeps getting better. If it is you're wearing it during the day and you are transitioning at night, in fact, I think when you do like a 15 spray, it gets you covered. Like, I got you. That's what this perfume is telling you. It's telling you, oh, don't worry. You don't need to do too much. You don't need to overspray. I will do the work for you. And it did a very good job in portraying what it's supposed to be, leather soe. It's so beautiful. It has that smoky vibe, that um new, when you open a new car, or when you open something like a jacket. Yes, when you wear a new jacket, or you you got a new car, and that feel, that smell, with a little hint of vanilla. I think there is also cinnamon in this. I don't know. Because I have a cinnamon perfume like extract, and I was like, oh, there is cinnamon in this. There's a bit of spice. I want to say there's a bit of iris. Most of this um um perfume profile in franchise. I don't know that. I know that there's a perfume review on the browser, Google search, that gives you details of, perfumes that are in their website. And I feel sometimes their profile are kind of slightly wrong, but doesn't mean it's not correct. But I feel they miss out one or two um ingredients in the perfume. That is why I said I would stick my review based on what this smells on me. And I want to say that this perfume is so good that I had to get in fact, as this was running half, I got two more bottles to keep, just in case it gets discontinued or it becomes very scarce in the market. And for the price tag, they did a job well done. I think I will also talk on this recollective collection, especially because of this particular perfume, I had to get I think six more of this recollective collection perfume. I have pose as rose, I have citrus, I have white tuberose, I have something so spice. I, I would do another side video on that to talk or elaborate more on this particular perfume from the house of fragrance world. My next um talk, it's still on Zara golden decade. I know some people will come for me, but um, I would say I prefer this to Libra. I'm sorry. The only um, flanker that uh, caught my attention or my nose, it was, I think it was Flame and Fire Libra. That's the flanker. The OG of Libra, no, I wasn't a fan. In fact, I had, it was so headache inducing that I was like, what did I get myself into? The lavender was overwhelming to my nose. I couldn't see myself wearing this at one spray. I only did one spray. So I was like, you know what, I need to get my nose around this. That's the Libra perfume, but I was willing to get a dupe to see myself wear this often. And this was a good take on um on Libra. It was a bit tuned down, a bit, a bit, yeah, it was a bit tuned down, a bit liberal, a bit wearable to me, because I felt if I had gone for the liberal YSL, I wouldn't have used it, and I might end up, you know, um, selling it off or gifting it to someone or a family member who would appreciate it. This reminds me of I feel there was a mixture, because it reminds me of Born in Rome, Valentino, but this was such a good take. This wears more flowery, more has that orange zenty thing to it. A little bit of, not a little bit, there's vanilla, like I can definitely smell vanilla in it. And oh, my take, like, this is unisex. It has this woody um dry down, which is it made me think, or made me say this is unisex. Also, this is unisex, although it leans more masculine than feminine, but this is unisex. This is unisex. I don't want to, you know, as in derail from, this is unisex. This is more feminine, but it's unisex and it's good. And for the price, I think there's even sales going on. For the price, I feel you can, you know, get it, wear it, love it. Overspraying. I don't know. Like to me now, I'm a oversprayer depending on the weather and depending on my mood. Why I said depending on my weather and depending on my mood. Here in, because I live in Nigeria, and the two things I've understand is that the Nigerian weather, or that the three things I understand about the Nigerian weather, even as much as I feel this is my own perspective of how I feel about the weather, is that uh, there is the hot season or the summer season, there is the rainy season, and or the cool season, and there is the dry season or the Hamatan season. So in my take, I would say the three perfumes that I have mentioned so far could be worn all year round here in Nigeria. Where is it? Yeah, here in Nigeria. This can be worn more in the rainy season to me. If you are not, and this is woody, this is not wood. There's no, it's not wood. It doesn't have that Arabian dry down, that musky over musky performance during the dry down. No, this is more woody. Can be worn all year round, specifically more in the cool area, cool weather, in the dry, cool and dry weather. That's fine. This is fine all year round. I would say be very you know careful during the hot season, because it could be very triggering. It could be very sweet floral. Yeah, so be very trigger cautious of how you overspray during the hot season. I feel this is best during the rainy season and during the dry season, because the dry season is a bit cool, but the weather is just too dry. Like the air is dry, so but the weather is cool. But these two seasons, these are very good. But the hot weather, just be very, maybe like five sprays is okay, because it's too sweet. This the same thing. Um, Rainy season, dry season, yes. Hot season, don't overspray. My take. I did not say in your own opinion. I said my opinion. Don't overspray. Overspraying could be headache inducing, because I have said from the initial state that I am not a fan of liberal YSL, because it tends to be headache inducing, and the only one that piqued my interest was the Flame and Fire of, yeah, Flame and what, I shall know it's Flame, correct me please. I know it's Flame and Fire of, okay, pause. That was the only one that caught my interest, and I was like, okay, let me do this. If I do this the second time and my nose has adjusted to the overwhelming smell, maybe I can splurge in getting the Libra YSL. Maybe I should start with the 30 ml, then gravitate to the 100 ml. But for now, I will stick to this. Another one in my collection, empty collections, please, because these are all empty collections that I am trying to talk about and review. Is this can see that there's a little bitty bitsy, but I sprayed this yesterday. I'm like, oh no, I don't think I can be getting this. I have outgrown. I don't want to say outgrown, but I think I've outgrown this a bit. This started my journey into having perfumes. Uh, Started, I think, at the age of 18. Yes, first bottle, birthday gift, turning into adulthood, or rather young adult, and my love for perfume. And then as you're growing up, it's usually my mom spraying perfume on me, or gifting me like a little bit of this. Maybe when it's about to finish, my mom will be like, okay, you know what, have this, because you're too young to own a full bottle of perfume. So it was, this hold a fond memory to me, because I feel it was it was so joyful when I was gifted a full bottle, and I kept buying every time I finish this perfume. I kept, repurchasing, and up until this year, when I finished this, I said, you know what, if I have to get another bottle of this, I will not be able to spray it. I might just maybe spray it in the room, or spray it on my pillow, or spray it going to bed. But I don't think I want to spray this going out again, because I don't want to say I have gotten sick. I can't be sick of it, but I've gotten sick of perceiving this perfume, and it's ah this is loud though, loud gone. This is a loud perfume. This is loud. This is girly. This is in your face. This is youthful. This is pretty. Makes me feel young. Makes me feel like I can do everything. So this holds a lot of memory, and it's funny enough how perfume unlocks a lot of memory, lot, a lot of memories that you feel you have forgotten just by the spray of this perfume. So this is good if you're starting, you're young, in your early 20s, late 20s, and you enjoy girly scents, or you are starting to build your perfume. Get this, it helps unlock some beautiful memories. It helps you appreciate life. To me, this is how I feel about this perfume. It makes me appreciate life. It makes me marvel at where I've come from in my journey of collection as a 37-year-old lady living in Nigeria. So this has come a long way for me, and it's a I won't let me not say it's a must. It's truly rare to have this in my collection. But I will not be, if I have to purchase, I won't be using it. I'll just be spraying it once in a while, or spraying it to bed, obviously. So my next is this. Hey, how do I explain this without okay, this perfume wasn't love at first sniff. I did my research. In fact, I was intrigued because there was they've taken lights. Okay, we continue. Let me see if I can. Okay, I can't do anything at this point. I will just continue like this. Please bear with me. This was not love at first sniff. In fact, I kept asking myself what angel possessed me to to get this perfume. Oh, this is your rose oud scent. This does not leave you. In fact, this makes you question your life. You you question, how the hell did I get into this? Oh, this is really nice on the men, but on me, no, 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 no. I heard this was a beautiful rose, but in a stinky way. The dry down was blah 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 beautiful, and I ran and got it because I wanted. I am always thrilled to get unique perfumes in my collections because I think this was a dupe to a niche. I know it was a dupe to a niche wear designer. Please, leave a comment if you know what I'm talking about. This wasn't love at first sniff, and I felt it's not everybody that would appreciate this. This is unique. If you are into the oldie, stinky, in your face, choke on me, leave people wondering why you have to be seated close to this man. It's it's a good thrill, but damn, I had to force myself to give this a run for it, man. The packaging, look at this, is heavy. This, if I stone you this is a very good packaging. This I think there are other wood stain, was it's wood stain. It's more in the dupe line, as in they did a good job in portraying I think mood stain or wood stain, sorry. So the wood stain, see, I would comment below on this. Maybe I will even get, I'll have to do another video separately on this. So I am owing two set of videos to my viewers. I'm owing you from the house of Fragrance World, and I'm owing you from the house of Ministry of Oud. These two perfumes need to be dialogued, bisected, and talked about deeply. My next collection, empty perfume collection, would be this. This is Jimmy Choo Liu L hyphen EAU. So this was my perfume during my pregnancy stage, where I could not stand any fragrance. At that point, I didn't even want to smell anything around me, and anything that has to be worn or sprayed on me has to be as light as a feather, because I could smell. In fact, from a spray, I could bisect and tell what fragrance that is. So I couldn't just stand anything heavy scent. I just wanted something light, airy, watery, skin scent. So I did more of this, and there was another one I was also gravitating, of which I have to spray on the cloth and allow it to. I will take that cloth to another room and spray it there and close the door and give it like a 30 minutes, 1 hour for it to dry down before I could wear the clothes, because I couldn't spray on my skin. I could only spray on the clothes, and then if I need to wear those clothes during my pregnancy, I have to spray it 31 hours before wearing them. So this was, can you imagine, because this is not a heavy scent, this is a light scent, but those were the rituals or the routine I had to do to wear a perfume, and this came in handy. And Jimmy Choo is such a, I'll call Jimmy Choo a ladylike scent. I don't know. I don't think Jimmy Choo perfumes are generic. To my nose, they smell like a posh, sophisticated um, lady, someone who wears more of pearls or diamonds. Diamonds, those subtle, not those in your face diamonds. Those subtle. You know that yes, these are expensive, but you won't. How will I put it? Not in your face, but in your face. I don't know, but this is a good, very good scent and a worthy repurchase because I feel Jimmy Choo perfumes are not so talked about, but this is a very worthy designer perfume that needs to be studied. That's all I can say. This is elegant, this is sophisticated, this is posh, this is ladylike, and you get whiffs. Like as you move, you get whiffs, bitsy, like, ooh, something smells very, enticing, very, very memorizing. So this is a very good scent. My next is, let me talk on Chloe. I call it Chloe because it's Chloe, although people say Chloe. Chloe. This is another ladylike, posh, elegant perfume worthy of every penny spent. Every money you spent on this is an OG. I think this should be in the early 20s, maybe like 2012, 2015, one of those, or even early. I know it's in the early 2020, 2000. So this is a very good scent. This is a scent I would say before I wear it, I have to be sure my outfits are on point, well put together, well thought of before I pull out this to wear. Same thing with one other perfume I'm going to talk about, although there's a lot of let me finish with this. Let me not derail. I'm always derailing a lot. So back to this. This is floral, this is soft, this is a wedding scent, this is a meeting, boardroom meeting scent, this is a mother-in-law scent, this is a bride's scent, this is a intimate or a date night scent. This I will purchase again and again and again and again. The economy is not economy, but damn, we do what we need to do to survive. So by the way, this is a good scent. This is beautiful. And the trail, woof, this is beautiful. If you can get your hands on it, please do. Please do. I feel it also, and to me, it can stand on one-on-one tour with niche perfumes. It can do a goddamn job. It will do that job for you as a perfume. It will. So please get your hands on this. Next on my empty perfume collection is this. This had a lot of negative, a lot of negative review, and I was not happy about that because most times I don't know if this is just me. Please comment. Is it just me when I get a lot of, or when I research on a perfume and I see a lot of negative review? My coconut head will not allow me to rest. In fact, I will go ahead and purchase that perfume to be sure this perfume is that's bad for you to have this amount of negative comments. And to be honest, this perfume is not for a young adult. I don't want to say young person. I feel a young adult. This is more of someone who is in her late 30s. I call this a cougar. This is sexy. This good fortune, Victor and Ruff. This is a sexy. I know what I want. I will have you no matter what. This is what I see in this perfume. And to wear this perfume, it has to be nighttime. During the day, no. Nighttime or a meeting, a serious meeting that needs to be closed. A deal needs to be closed at all costs. This is a very dangerous perfume. I don't know what the perfumery were thinking when they were there. And I pray, because one thing about these perfumes is I am not a fan of reformulation. That is another topic for another day. I feel reformulation just makes it very difficult for me to repurchase. And most times when I buy perfumes and I like perfumes, I immediately get a backup. I don't want to wait 1 year later, of course, which for you to appreciate a perfume, you have to give it time, probably like 6 months, mm, to 2 years, 5 years max. If you can keep it, you can store the perfume in a very good way. Put it in me. My perfumes are more in a pack. I had to remove most of the perfume packs so that I have great space here. Most of my perfumes, I'm not one to discard my perfume package unless it's a big box or it comes in a gift set. I can say, okay, let me remove this, then put most of those perfumes are put way inside, while those that are in carton are brought forward. So that is how I store. Please don't come for me. I want to say, coming back to what the business of the day is this good fortune. This is a beautiful scent. This is a scent, like I said, it's for way older adults. You should be 30, in your late 30, moving forward. This is dangerous to me. This is sexy. This is not elegant. This is I don't want to say this is not elegant. Please. This good fortune is not an elegant perfume. This is a danger perfume. This perfume will turn heads and you have to dress the parts. You just have to dress the parts. God damn, please. It's giving me ideas that I don't even want to. I don't want YouTube to put me on probation or put my channel on. So please just have it at the back of your mind that there are some perfumes when you get a lot of negative review should be something you can get your hands on. Especially maybe if it is being priced down because of the bad review, or if you have a friend who is willing to share, like send you a tell me they can't for you to and I need please, I need feedback. I need engagement, especially on this perfume. What are your take on this perfume in particular? What do you have to say on good fortune? My next perfume was also my pregnancy perfume, was this aqua de joie de joie by Giorgio Armani. I have another second bottle, but the cap is a bit lighter green and big. It's a bit lighter than this. This was also one of my pregnancy perfumes did that did save me. It was, I call this and this my saving grace of me ever enjoying perfume during my pregnancy period, pregnancy state. They these two perfumes were airy. They were also mood uplifting because pregnancy was just cray cray. So this gave me a boost. It lifted my spirits, gave me a boost mood, made me feel better because torture. Sorry. So this too was absolutely my fave to use during pregnancy. So this is light, airy, floral, green, very uplifting, very and like I said, mood booster. So if you're looking into getting this, you can go ahead and purchase. My last or second to the last was a niche perfume from the house of Kali. Yeah, Kahali's niche. This was talked about on. In fact, I got to know this perfume on one of my favorite channel to watch. She talked on this perfume a lot, and I was intrigued. I got this. I got rose oud. I got amber oud, and I got rich oud. But out of this four, this um musk oud or oud musk, yes, oud musk was the one. Oud musk and I think rose oud or oud rose were the two perfume that stood out for me because rose, I don't know if it is rose oud or oud. Rose oud didn't smell like the other rose and oud perfumes I had in my collection, and that was very intriguing. So I had to give the remaining two. I gave amber oud to my hubby, and I gave rich oud to my brother on his birthday because I was opportune to sniff in the store before purchasing, because I purchased all four immediately, and I knew who would be able to enjoy the perfumes I purchased in this house. And this, according to her description of this scent, she said it had this air freshener, rich or rather luxurious air freshener smell, like you are in a spa or you're coming into a five-star hotel. And she was right about it. To my nose, this was more like a luxurious comforter, the one that is being put in the machine when you're washing. So that laundry smell, but in a good way, like a clean linen shirt, like you're wearing a clean shirt, linen one, and this smell is what you get. That is what I got with this perfume, and for the price tag, really impressed. I was really impressed with this house. That's the Kali's niche. This is what's being called. I will also have to take a picture individually and put it up in my community posts to engage with people on what their take was on this perfume. So last but not the least is this perfume. Like I wanted to show what I meant of when I have my perfume. I also have, you know, cartons of, or rather perfume pack. I still keep it because I want to make sure that even in 5 years to come I can still, you know, use my perfume without it going bad, because perfumes now are pretty expensive, super expensive, and I intend to get my money worth. So it's usually very rare for, even at discounts here in Nigeria, it's very rare. It's very, very rare for you to get perfumes, designer perfumes, below 50,000 naira. So for me to be sure, and you know, due to our weather, we don't have winter and whatnot. All we have is the hot weather, which is the summer weather to you people, the rainy weather, or sorry, the hot season, the rainy season, and the dry season. That's to me. Oh, this is what I'm experiencing in Nigeria. Please, any other person in Nigeria, what are you experiencing as your take on weather season here in Nigeria? Please make a comment. So this is a man's perfume, but I love it. I love it. Yeah, I can pass unisex, but I love the, is it the vetiver and the vintage feel of this perfume. That's all I can say. This is a vintage feel to me. Let me see if you can see it. This is John. Yeah, it's called Vintage. John Vavatos. This is a very unique scent. Whoever the perfumer is, kudos to you. This is very old. This is one of my oldest perfume in my collection. Jeez. This is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this has stayed 10 years in my collection. Yeah. And it smells damn good. It's finished. I know there'll be a question of, oh, why do I keep perfume bottles in my collection, or why do I have empty perfume bottles still with me? Why haven't I discarded? Well, usually every year I recycle most of these perfume bottles. I don't like to dispose of it carelessly because it's bottles, and the waste management is being portrayed here in Nigeria is, it's it's upcoming. So due to that, there are recycling collectors here in my state, and what I do is, because it's beneficial to me, that I, apart from apart from the benefits, I have made it a point of duty to make sure that bottles or perfumes that are empties and I need to discard should be discarded properly. And it's beneficial to me because now there is a policy, or there's a say, if you bring in empty bottles, whether it's wine, um, bulbs, plastics, etc., you will be rewarded. So I am keen into that, to, you know, safely deposit or safely discard my empty bottles, and at the same time benefit from it, and you know, add up to the benefits and reward myself. So each time I do that, I'm like, oh, I remember when I, safely deposit or safely recycled my perfume bottles, and I was rewarded, and I added to the reward and got myself something, and got myself a perfume to, high five myself and tell myself a job well done, because nothing stops me from packing this and discarding into the dustbin, but I feel doing it the right way matters. So here comes the end of my channel, or rather the end of this video. Thank you so much for staying to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, follow me. Let's engage more. Perfume is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be enjoyable, and I want to keep it that way. So your like, your subscribe would give me that boost. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Bye.